Let's paint the scene. You might have the idea to go to Disneyland, maybe go camping out in the wild, or you just want to go out on a nightly walk on the beach, which you go ahead and you ask a couple of your friends, but half of them will say half of them has work tomorrow, they just don't got the money. And the last few bunch just don't want to go. So now you're left with yourself right here, right now. What do you do? For most, they just give up. They don't go. Nothing. And that might be you. Now here you are, sitting down or laying, doing nothing. For the ones who don't know, my name's Anthony Joshua Porras, but you can call me AP for short. And after high school, I made the decision not to go to college. I only did this because I began filming, vlogging, and creating these sort of lifestyle videos around my life with the people in it. I've kept almost every single recording since 2014 to now today. It's actually pretty crazy to think about, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. My 8 to 9 years of my life have been filmed, documented, and some of it made into videos. Some memories turn into life lessons, others being core memories, or something that I plan to completely drown out for the rest of my life to never look back and keep in the back of my head and or in a storage bin. Something like that. Anyways, one thing I've noticed throughout my 8 to 9 years of footage is the people around me. It went from having a completely new face in every adventure that I went or some pure shenanigans we all got into. And at the time, it was an absolute blast just hanging out with friends. We would go out onto the beach at night, maybe go to Disneyland, or sneaking into the pool after school hours. But later down the timeline, as each and new face came into my videos, they also quickly or slowly began to fade away. As high school ended, I did move out of my hometown, still living in California, but now at a gaming house on Redondo Beach. But while I was there, it became less and less of hanging out with friends from high school. Just go out for a walk, ride bikes in town, or just hang out. But now all I have is just a small circle of friends. Some that live back at home, constantly go on cruises, or travel a lot. And I would absolutely love to ask them to hang out, but at the same time, they have their own lives. That's okay. I'm just telling you this because one day you'll face it. Either you'll go to college because mom's gonna force you to since I didn't go. But if you do, that means you have at least 3 to 4 more years of not needing to worry about this. But if you do end up facing it early like me, well, I realized most of the friends I had in high school weren't going to be my friends after high school. You see, I actually knew this was going to happen in sophomore year in high school, but it was my mindset that I never changed. When I was living in Berlin, Germany, I struggled with this issue a lot. Because when I first moved out there, I did nothing. The first 3 to 4 months of living in a different country, away from all my friends, and it being in an entirely different time zone, I never changed my mindset. Back in high school, coming into it, all I wanted to do was change my little introverted self and be extroverted to just make friends, share memories, and capture the moment between all of us. But moving to Berlin, Germany, I put myself in an entirely different situation to where I didn't know what to do. It definitely put a toll on me. I felt like I reverted back to who I was in middle school. The little brown introverted boy who didn't want to make friends, didn't want to take a photo with anyone, and just wanted to get his work done. And that's it. But honestly, what hurt me the most was realizing the opportunity, the time, and experience that was wasted. Only because I believed being alone was bad, sucked, that it was lonely. But then it did finally click. I lived in Berlin, Germany for about a year and some change. It was only those first 3 to 4 months that I felt alone. But it was after that, realizing the opportunities, the experiences that I waste, that's where it finally clicked. It was the mindset that I had thinking that being alone and loneliness is bad. It's not good. If I can't go out somewhere with someone else or with my friends, I shouldn't do it. And that, I believe, is wrong. I think what hit me the most was seeing them move out of town to go to college. Still being with a handful of their peers, it kind of gave me a bit of FOMO. And that's kind of where my mindset was stuck at. I just needed to realize to change my own mindset. That is when the excitement for adventure sparked.
the hospital right now.
It's going clubbing, and in Berlin clubs that means you can't bring your
I also don't know the money.
As of right now, I live on the East Coast here in Pennsylvania. Since then, all I've been doing are things alone. Yes, I do have friends out here. I do ask if they want to hang out or invite them to whatever I'm doing. But honestly, I've begun to find peace in just doing things alone. If I want to go on a road trip somewhere, I go. If I want to go on a hike, I go. If there's something that just interests me and that I want to do, I go do it. I go out and do those things because I know I'm going to enjoy that. Now, I'm not saying only go do things alone, first of all. I'm just saying learn how to accept doing things alone if you have to. For the longest time, I wanted to do everything and anything with everyone. As soon as past friends drift away, moved, or slowly faded away from my life, that option started to disappear. Now I just focus on making friends along the way. Any adventure I take, I make sure to put time aside just to talk to the people around me. It's definitely uncomfortable at times, but you learn to smile and laugh through it, honestly. And that's kind of the whole point of the journey. And you never know. Sometimes your old friends will come out to visit you, and it's those times you cherish the most. Life isn't worth just sitting around and doing nothing. Do the things that you want to be doing now. And if there's people willing to tag along, invite them. If there's not, well, whatever you do, just do it. Go out and enjoy it alone.